All right, all right, all right. Should have my books on the other side, right? What's up, everybody? Drunken Donuts. It's funny, my producer, he's 18 years old. He's staying out here from San Diego, Hudson. He's just started a job at Dunkin' Donuts. And the other day when I came on, he was working my super chats, which is up, everybody. Hope you don't mind jumping on the super chats. And I thought I thought Drunken Donuts was Hudson being a wise ass. I was like, you're sitting there next to me and you're cracking shit. And uh, but Drunken Donuts is a real person, I guess. It's not Hudson. Let me turn my phone off. Oh, it is off. Look at me. Hey, everybody, happy Wednesday. Not gonna say what everybody else calls it, but it's Wednesday. Been an interesting week. I wasn't gonna come on today. I was kind of like a little down. Super Tips, yes, Super Tips is up. If I said chats, I was wrong. It's Super Tips. They're so close together. I don't know. I'm just like it's Wednesday. I'm burnt out between all this technology and this podcasting, and I know I'm not tired or whatever. Just burnt. Like it's a long, long, arduous journey to get to be successful around these ways. So I just wanted to thank everybody that did tune in yesterday and the day before and the day before. It's been it's consuming. It consumes everything. OJ Pimpson checking in. Just want to address the 200-pound gorilla in the room. This guy, Karmic X or whatever. It's kind of a crime to even go and say anything. Top Shelf Liquor Crew San Diego, what's up? OJ Pimpson. So I jump on, this broadcast network and YouTube and get involved with I guess it kind of started out where people were inviting me on their shows, including Stuttering John, who I was aware that there was a hate for him, but I didn't really know to what extent until I got a little more involved. I did a couple of other shows here and there, and just want to make sure that this, I don't know if the super tips is working. It should be working. I didn't change anything from yesterday. Technology, me and my friend, I was not my friend. So Karmic's, so to address this guy, I watched a couple of his videos, and I don't know. I think it's sort of like it's criminal to fuck with mentally handicapped people. I guess the dude was like screaming into the fucking microphone like a mental patient. I think he might have some derangement syndrome or something, being trapped up in there in Minnesota and really having no friends and no whatever. I don't know. Super chat, not able to super tip, buddy. I don't know. It's supposed to be on my YouTube channel. Hold on. Uh, I don't know. It should be enabled. I don't know why not. It's the same thing as yesterday. I thought I didn't have to change anything, but if it's not, it's not. It's so fucking. My brain hurts. Let me see something here. Oh, where are you, American Cupcake? When I need you, you got to pin the super tips link. I thought it was a pin there yesterday. If I have to do it every single time, I did not know. One of karmic triggers is being called retarded, so he will lose it. Well, when you act mentally deranged, people tend to call you mentally deranged. So I didn't know I had to pin this stupid thing. Karmic rages against internet trolls. I watched it. Yeah, I watched it, and the guy just screaming like I don't know, and nothing ever gets me. He must have like some like remote basement in his mother's house or something to get that loud. He was like really, really like screaming. Face was turning red. I don't know. It's not good for anybody's health, but if I'm triggering him, good. I don't know. I'm just I'm coming on here. I'm going to try to do this every day at 3 o'clock. I want to sort of talk to Stuttering John about that and make sure that I don't step on anybody else's toes. I should just go on when Karmic goes on and just piss him off. This all started because he was supposed to help me. Someone told him I called him a name, and he decided to go bonkers, batshit crazy on me. So, and if that triggers someone to go on and freak out like that, it's It's pretty. He's upset. Another whack packer is in the mix. I know what you're trying to do, Quinn. I'm not a whack packer. I was a cast member. I was a part of the Howard Stern team. See, whack packers, they came in every once in a while, and they usually had some mental deficiency or some physical ailment, which I do not have. I might have a mental deficiency, but I was called. It was a staff thing, so whack packers are another category. But no, you're not going to get piss me off today. I'm just very just chill, and sometimes I have great moments where I feel like I want to be here, and today is just one of those days. Kind of melancholy, so I don't know if I can do this here. Um, Go to my channel, pin the stupid thing live. I don't know. I don't know. I should have went through it with American Cupcake, but I'm not going to be here that much. I'm not going to be here long today. Just a quick little thing. I'm working on having a big guest for Friday. So Friday morning, I'm doing Shuli's show. They've had in possession. I sent Shuli a free Audible of my book, Gorilla Parts, and he's going over it. Lusted. I don't know what that means. I actually think Howard Stern lusted over you. He quite possibly, yes. He liked young little boys that were in shape back then, and I don't know. Today, if anybody, this is kind of speaking in for the mentally impaired. Today, if anybody has a Jersey Mike's by them, they are all the proceeds that they have today will go to the Special Olympics. So Karmic has a place to go and have his curling. He does Special Olympics curling up in Minnesota. He's apparently the world champion of curling in Minnesota for the Special Olympics. And Jersey Mike's is giving all their proceeds today, everything that they make, and all the Jersey Mike's across the country are going to the Special Olympics to help the mentally and physically handicapped, like Karmics. And we can go from there. But yeah, I'm a big Danny DeVito fan, and Danny DeVito is the Jersey Mike's spokesperson because he's from Jersey. I've had Drinking Donuts, thank you. Icy Uno, thanks. So, this super tip is just, it's the bane of my existence right now. And I should have, I assumed that when I spoke to American Cupcake that the studio was set up, that it was all set up. I guess you got to set everything up all over again each time you go at it. So, lesson learned. So, but it is, wait, I haven't written down. We'll go back to the good old days. This is what you could go on to super tips if you want a super tip. There you go. It's I should have pinned that on the YouTube, but it's under the assumption that everything stays the same in the studio because I'm on this new EV Mux, the worst name possible. It's it's not a bad. It's not StreamYard, which I've had to learn, and I kind of really like StreamYard because when you're done with a broadcast, if you it generates AI clips, which are really kind of make it a lot easier if you want to edit short clips and put them up. And but I haven't figured out the editing part of EVMux. I'm tapping my screen, but it's not bringing up the site. You have yet to say one thing worth. What's that? Worth listening to or donating for this tech issues and misinformation about the downloaders. What misinformation? I don't know. I did get this shirt for free. I was working as a grip on Miss Maisel, the marvelous Miss Maisel. It was one I got to work on the last season. It was such a great experience. And we shot one day in Chinatown, and they were shut down in Wohop, and they literally gave the whole crew lunch. And I'm sure that the production paid for it, but they gave everybody T-shirts. And Wohop is is one of the best Chinese restaurants in New York, possibly all of the American continent. And we shot there. See, that's what's kind of funny. Everybody thinks that I'm just like some loser. I've worked on major TV shows. I worked on major movies. These people that have never left their town of 100, never been on a plane, only been with two different women, are out there and judging and saying shit to me and screaming and yelling and ranting. Somebody's off their meds, I guess. So I have no problem with this guy, but yet he wanted to. He's Cupcake in the corner. Cupcake is a good egg. I know there's a lot of good eggs here, but there's like, this guy Carmick thinks he runs the world. He's like, I've partied with some of the biggest celebrity rock stars, rappers in the country ever to grace this earth. This guy's in a little town in Minnesota, and he's got some little tiny fraction of fame and a couple of people that follow him, and he thinks that, he say stupid shit about me when I've lived and done things that he will only dream about or read about in the paper or look at on the internet, where I have experienced them myself. And what you don't get is guests like that, are celebrities. I'm working on a guest for Friday that's going to blow everybody out the water. It's somebody that the people will be very happy to have and see. So if it doesn't happen this week, it's going to happen next week. This person is a good friend, an old friend, and he's extremely successful, and I don't see anybody like that going on his show. But if you like to watch a maniac scream and yell, you can go to Carmick's house. And by the way, dude, the 80s called. They want the jacket back. Anyway, the tax man screams excitement. Hi, Miss Judy loves Big Dumpling. I'd like to hey, can you bring that tax guy back? He was great. Thanks, Ozone. So it was discussing today. He was talking about how he was going to break into your trailer upstate and take a shit on the floor. Oh, that's okay. What kind of? I would give him the address. I will give him the address. Please come into my trailer and take a shit on the floor. Let's be realistic. If we're going to do something, I'll give you the fucking address, and you can come and go ahead and take a shit on the floor. But there's a lot of places to hide things up there, and you won't be found. No, I'm kidding. I would never do anything like that. Do you feel Howard Stern replaced you with J.D. Haymeyer? No, Howard Stern replaced me with Casey Armstrong and Benji Bronk. That's who replaced me. I trained Casey the last week I was there, and Benji was there. They were both interns in the same semester. And I didn't I always hated when interns went out of their way to try to get on the air, because I as much as I was on the air, I think I was on the air because I was a nervous wreck and didn't like to go on the air. I really just wanted to do my job. Yeah, well, I don't know. Benji's a sweetheart, but there was one kid that ran in the studio naked. Another kids. There were kids that were always trying to plot to get on the air, and I was so dead against that. And it just drove me nuts. So, Casey is the worst show than Stuttering John changed my mind. I didn't know he was still on either. So anyway, I always frowned upon, when interns were conniving to come on the show and get on the show or doing some stupid fucking prank. And Benji, the day before I was walking Howard down, Benji was new, and Howard was very nice to all the interns off the air. He was very grateful for everybody's work and hard work and help. And as we walked out, I remember specifically, he touched Benji on the shoulder and he said, "Hey, what's your name?" And he said, "Benji." He goes, "Well, great job today. Thank you so much." And then I walked Howard down, and that was it. And then the next morning, Benji was there, and he goes, I got to tell you something, Steve. My whole life, I've had this chronic shoulder pain that I couldn't lift my arm over and he goes, but after Howard touched me, I could lift my hand over my head. It's like a miracle. And I went, okay, all right, I'll I went and told Howard and said, "Yo, that new intern said you healed his chronic shoulder pain," and that was the first time Benji ever made it on the air. And I had to give the guy credit. It was funny, and I didn't want it to be funny. And at first, I was like, dude, and I went, that shit's funny. And Casey just made it on the air because he's just a handsome bastard, and he's sort of a guy. He lucked out on that genetic end of the of things. I am so mellow, I can't even I'm usually a little hyper and stuff. So, the backroom staff, Brian McCarthy, Cell. Hold on a sec. Hey, Brian.
Hi, Steve.
How you doing? I'm live doing my show right now. Would you want to come on?
Oh, good Lord. Honestly, I really can't. I mean, I just called to call you back for a minute. I mean, I can, if you want to schedule me like a normal person, I'm happy to come back.
Okay, all right, great.
Plus, I'm not wearing my toupee. I use this neck tape that I like to pull on my jowls behind my ears. You know.
Could you just come? Could you come dressed as a stormtrooper?
No, honey. You want to see my lightsaber?
Yeah. Everybody, Brian McCarthy's a talented podcaster and comedian.
Well, hello to your dozens of fans.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, listen. Why don't we set it up and I'll come in? But you're okay. The sores are good. I know you prolapsed recently.
Yeah, I shoved it back in myself. I figure after the third time you could do it yourself. You figure it out.
Well, remember you can always sell that wooden spoon on eBay.
All right, B. Love you too. I will schedule something.
Okay, there's a race war coming. Race war. I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right, buddy. Brian McCall. No, not Brian. He's He's podcast cancer. I've been friends with Brian for a long time, probably like 20 years. He's a maniac, out of his mind, but he's a good person. And so I was saying, a lot of the interns, they went out of their way to get on the air, and but Benji and Casey basically took over where I left off, and that was it. That was radio history. What a silly goose! Yeah, Brian's out there, man. We started podcasts and sort of like at the beginning. He was doing it from his house and shit, and he come over. He asked me, "You want to come to my house?" I said, "Sure." And I walk into his house and he's standing there naked. I was like, "Bro, this isn't what this is about, bro. Put your clothes back on." How do you spell conniving? P.S. I misspelled it so you can cheat. How do you spell ukulele? How about that? Is it conniving? I wouldn't even know where to begin. Thank you, Steve, for the answer. So I just want to thank everybody. So yeah, I guess if anybody wants to try to do this, I should probably put it up on the bottom. Super tips. GG/Grillo. Sorry. I should have asked you, Cupcake, if I had to reset that on my YouTube channel, and I guess I did. So it's all right. I'm just going to do a quick little 20 minutes and say hello to everybody. I'm going to work on getting a guest tomorrow. And I wasn't going to do anything. I was going to take a break today. I was still learning all this different new systems and shit like that. Scotty! Did you see that, Scotty? You see this guy? He said this guy Carmix. He's somehow or another he hates my guts. All of a sudden, Scott. He said he's going to he's going to break into the campground, spray paint my trailer, and take a shit on the floor. Scotty, what do you got to say about that? Because you got to go through Scotty and somebody else, and then 5 other people to even try to get to my trailer. And if you did, it wouldn't be a good thing for him. I can tell you that right now. But if he wants to, I'll give him the address. I'll even make him a ukulele. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Wait. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the one hard word I know how to spell. Ukulele. So Scotty, this guy says, Scotty, try it. Yeah. I might not even have a trailer this summer. I sprung a leak over the winter. There's going to be a lot of repairs to be done. What else is new? 6 years ago, Casey came into my job with a $600 winning lottery ticket, cashed it in, and bought a case of Jack Daniels with the winning money. I would believe that, speak of the devil. I 100% would believe that. The story goes is what he won like $350,000 on online poker. He hit the end-all be-all hand of a royal straight flush, won $350,000 and blew it all in one weekend. Grillo, I have to tell you, it's revenge rage, not revenge rage. Don't worry. I'm dyslexic too. Reverend rage, not revenge rage. Oh, okay, I see. I'm sorry, bro. It's Reverend Rage. That's your handle. Gotcha. I carried the case out to his Jeep. Yo, he liked that. He used to. I don't know if he. I don't think he's still drinking anymore. I hope not, because I know he had a really bad situation. But he had a gym bag with him, and it sounded like, like clink clink clank clink clank, and he had the little bottles like you get on the airplane of 151 rum. And he did something where, like, I guess there was in case he's gay, but he would take the bottle and put his neck back and stick the bottle in his mouth so he didn't have to taste it, and the alcohol would just go straight down his throat. And it was pretty interesting to watch. And I think he had something happen where he went to the hospital and almost died. I really do like Casey. The last time I saw Casey, we were out. I went out to his Long Island. I stayed. His house is attached to like a little radio station. I think he bought. You can't read. Revenge Rage is his real name. Get it right. Revenge, Reverend Revenge. I don't give a fuck. Get out of here, you people with these wacky names. You got to learn to put chats up on the screen. Oh, you can do that. I don't know. This is like a. I'm just starting with EV Mux, the worst name in the world, but it's a really nice system. I'm just still learning this. I think Tabby is doing better than Casey. Ay. I did. I can't. Cabby came on my show once, and that's the other thing too. Is I've been doing this a long time, and I took a break from it because it was like after COVID when everybody realized that everybody could do a podcast. It was kind of Joe American Cupcake. Joe, I don't want to put you on the air if you don't want to. Your voice okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I was just gonna let you know to put the chats on the screen.
Okay.
Easy Mooks, just click the chat,
Just click the chat.
and it'll pop up on the screen.
Private chat. Oh, it's on private. Click the chat. Group.
Yeah.
No. Click the chat. Oh, like this. Just click it. Show. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. No. Yeah. I'll put that up then.
All
Thanks.
right.
So I guess on the YouTube you gotta pin it every single time.
Every single time
Okay.
on your new show, you got to pin it
Oh.
on top every single time.
I thought before when you said you're in the broadcast studio that everything stays the same, but
Only on EV Mooks.
okay. All right. So I fucked that up again. All right.
No, you're good, dude.
All right. Cool. Thank you very much, bud.
You're welcome. Later.
Bye. You have to learn how to put the chats on the screen. See, that's a great point. Yeah, no, I didn't know you could do this. I don't think he lives in there anymore. You don't think Casey lives in Long Island anymore? Okay, I can read it better. I'm the MF Rev. I pray for all the sinners of the dab. I pray very much. Well, that's very nice of you. Yeah, no, again, oh, that'd be too much to do. I started shooting at the archery range. I bought a cheap ass compound bow, and I've been going to the archery range after I do my show. And I guess they're having a competition. I could actually show you the pictures with what I shot yesterday. So I guess this weekend there's a big archery competition in the Vegas area. So I went there, and I'm not that bad. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of see. I got some good grouping. There's that one there that, I don't know, there's always one out of every shot. This one was pretty good. So but they're all over. You can see the holes are all over my target. I'm not perfect. It's been a while since I shot. And all the people there at the archery range yesterday were all professional people that they're there for one of the biggest competitions ever. So everybody there has the 3 targets that are up like this, okay, and every one of their targets just has one fucking hole that they just keep hitting consistently, and my shit's like all over the place. It was like, it seems like you're getting good at the yeah. Yeah, great job, Icy Uno. Thank you. I'll show you. This is kind of cool showing everybody. I don't mind putting everybody up. Rev Rage's music is similar to your content, Grillo. You should check it out. Similar to my content. I don't know. Is that a good or bad thing? Similar to your content. Boring and overrated. No offense, I'm not saying that, but that's a pretty funny comment. Drunken Donuts. This is kind of nice. Yeah, giving you guys a little shout out to everybody. I think you should put this up on screen. Carmex needs to be dealt with. This is unacceptable behavior. You said that you were in an attempted abortion. I'm an Irish Catholic. They don't do shit like that. What's wrong with you people? So yeah, I was an attempted abortion. Those are pretty some lame ass things to say. But they're just lame. I don't mean like they're lame to say. Like they're just lame comments. So they hurt deeply. I'm like not gonna sleep good tonight because I was an attempted abortion. But if you're gonna come up with some, if you're gonna be like vicious and you're gonna come off like a big tough guy, at least come up with some better words than that. But again, Jersey Mike's today. All the proceeds go to the Special Olympics. So everybody go get a nice sub for Carmix so he can compete in his curling in the Special Olympics up in Minnesota. That's what they do in Minnesota, curling, right? He doesn't look like an athletic person. Maybe they have Minnesota wrestling in the Special Olympics. I'd be good at that. So anyway, can't wait for the Duke to turn on you. Yeah. I watched, that's the other thing too. I watched that, somebody sent me a documentary that they did about John. Whew, wow. It was a lot I didn't know, I can tell you that. I found out a lot. It's kind of scary the way he's gotten himself into these situations and how he's, went from this to that to this. And the sad thing is, that they portrayed him as like he was on top of the world, and now he's getting $2 tips on Instagram, on the podcast, But from what I understand, he made over $100,000 last year. Not that he told me that, but I guess someone I know is very good with numbers, and he basically knows he follows all this shit. He knows how much you can make per episode. He's on Super Chats. Stay away from Sorry John. Do your own thing. I am doing my own thing. He'll be living when your podcast becomes more popular than his. The way he's talking, Speak of the Devil. I love that picture, by the way. That's one of my favorite albums. He's done. Like he really, like, I think he's just exhausted. I can understand this is exhausting when you're constantly battling people, fighting people. I just like to, interview interesting people, get a couple of celebrities that I know to come on here and make it interesting for you guys. But this is something that super tip. What's this? Oh man, yeah, okay. I suck. Layers. Yeah. I gotta have to super tip. That's the other thing. Okay, yeah. I'm getting better. I should just do this for practice. Maybe I'll do something later on tonight by the pool and see what happens. But I just wanted to come on. And so I was going to talk Ozzy. Speaking of Ozzy, Speak of the Devil, I have this picture. I should probably download it. It's one of my favorite pictures of all time. Is this it? No. So we did the Private Parts premiere in Los Angeles, and Ozzy was one of the guests, and I was in charge of the guests like I always was. Imagine that. The audacity of somebody like Karmic X who's never done anything outside of Minnesota is going to have some bullshit to say to me when he's never even done anything or been in charge of anything that was worth anything. So Ozzy was a guest there, and at some point, some little guy comes up to me and he goes, "All right, mate, me and you, we got a lot in common." I go, "Well, what's that, buddy?" He goes, "We both work for Maniacs." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I'm Tony Dennis. I'm Ozzy Osbourne's assistant." I went, "Oh, shit." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I remember meeting you when we came up to the radio station, and you were so nice." He goes, and it was right at the beginning of email. It was like, he's like Tony Dennis 100 at AOL. Anytime you want to come to a show, you call me. And sure enough, I called that motherfucker every single time. And I have pictures of Ozzy, like I'm on stage and I'm like Ozzy's over here and I'm on stage kind of to the side of Ozzy and I'm looking out at like 30,000 people. I have pictures of Ozzy coming off the stage with his hair soaking wet and he's walking right by me. I can say whatever I want, buddy. The reason why I have a resume is what makes things interesting. I have great stories. So I've accomplished a lot, and I'm not going to let somebody that lives in fucking shittown Minnesota fucking come at me when he has nothing else to say other than I'm a partial abortion. If somebody says you stink and you get defensive, what's this? Okay, I'll read this over here. Someone says you stink and you get defensive and you let them know how good you are. It shows lack of confidence. I have plenty of confidence. I just don't like when people like you have nothing to say. Do you know what I'm saying? You have nothing to say. Keep your yap shut. But you can say whatever you want, but don't shit on my accomplishments. So anyway, I have this great picture of me and Ozzy at the Private Parts premiere, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Ozzy Osbourne. Don't smile, and I didn't smile, and Ozzy Osbourne's got this big shitting grin on his face. So I've had very awesome, great stories that I love. So serious question, okay. Show nothing to say. You have only said karmic sucks. I didn't say he sucks, and I didn't. He's obviously successful. He's got some pretty decent numbers, so good for him. Hold on. What did it say? I agree. The best defense is a good offense. Do you think Ray DeVito is a serious? I don't know who Ray DeVito is. There, Drunken Donuts. So, but I'm just keeping it chill. Go ahead and keep talking about me. It brings more people to my channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Bacon Bits. I am from Boston and lived in New Orleans and Vegas. I have stories too, but no one cares. But yes, your stories suck. Mine don't. I have to tell you in the dab, no one cares about celebrities, if not a big thing to us. I got it, but still, some of the people I have, you can actually ask questions. So, but on that note, it's been a half an hour. Again, I wasn't going to come on today and I decided to come on. With the Stuttering John thing, I don't think he's going to be around that much longer. So now you have me to pick on, I guess. So, and this is much better than shoveling shit. I know, but everything changes. Sometimes if you don't like what I'm doing, it's okay. Somebody else will. So it's all right. He'll go on with his show and he'll do his show. I respect. He's been doing it. He's got numbers. The man likes to yell and scream and pick fights with people. So, there's Ryan. Oh, I was wondering what happened today. I thought maybe you weren't going to be coming on. Ryan, this guy loves to hate me. Loves to hate me. Wait, this guy right there, this guy loves to hate me. I always has something nice to say. I think I like you, Steve. Who's this? Methylo Man. Oh God, you guys come on, get Ron Barber on. That's what I'm talking about, Ryan. That's what I'm talking about, my buddy Ryan. But this isn't for you. Well, you know what? I don't care if it's for me. I'm not. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and people, you tune in or you don't. And on that note, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. You are a waterhead. Okay. Ouch. 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 Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Miss Judy, real celebrities like Ozzy used to mean talent. Now it's Kardashians and Real Housewives. You ain't kidding, sweetheart. World is a weird place. Grillo, hey, if you broadcast, I'll be there. I love everything Howard Stern. I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate everybody here. I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna go shoot my bow and arrow. Comic was one to talk, yeah. So I'm gonna go shoot. I'm gonna go do something later. I'm gonna fix the tip thing. I'm gonna bother American Cupcake one last time and get this shit right. It was disgusting. He said that your mother was most likely a heroin addict. No, my mother's a drinker. She doesn't do drugs. That's why I can't read. No, I come from a good family. It's sorry to disappoint everybody. My family is absolutely wonderful, and drugs were not a part of my family, but. My dad doesn't drink, but my mom's a drinker, and we all know that. It's very public. And so is the rest of my family. I'm fucking half Irish, motherfucker. Anyway, love you all. I'll go down to the pool and do something later on. Skew. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Talk to you later.